Greetings, fellow explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, Episode 74, Halite Hopes. Oh, here's a bunny running from foxes. What's the current task? It's written above my head. Pretty much at all times. So if anyone in the chat spots a new critter, let me know. Yep, and obviously there's a possibility for new ruins as well. What I won't probably find is Terra Preta. There might be some Terra Preta, but if I'm not mistaken, 1.19 removes the possibility of finding wild Terra Preta, like Terra Preta in map regen or map spawns. So the only possibility of me finding Terra Preta now, not that I necessarily need it, as I have a whole lot of it, would be if it's in a chunk that I had interacted with more than 10 voxels and never happened upon, which is possible, but pretty low likelihood. But yeah, getting 61 last stream. Oh, hello. Means that it's not the most urgent need. You can't decide whether to attack me or run. Oh, and then you killed the little bunny. Oh, what did I do to you? Man. Animals in this area. Do I chase you into the water? No. You know, I don't really want to go in there. And yet, I'm about to. Ooh. Definitely anytime I'm near seashore, I am going to be looking for shells. As, if I ever want to enter the Steel Age, I either need to find lime, which comes in the form of limestone, chalk, or marble, or crush up enough seashells. And it's actually not too many seashells. It's like something like 8 shells will crush up to enough lime to make quick mortar. But so that future me doesn't have to go and search for silly, stupid amounts of... Well, not silly, stupid, but the frustrating search of finding shells. Might as well grab them now. Now, if you're wondering, the salt search area that I started on, because I had dug it, well, I suppose there's a possibility of the halite that was in the area being erased if I wasn't in the chunk that it existed. But if my mine shafts weren't in the chunk that it existed, I was probably not gonna find it anyway. Fingers crossed that the chunk regen hadn't ruined my chances to find it, because that would be an unfortunate waste of time. fruit tree. It's entering dormancy. That would be another thing to work on. Probably midwinter, late winter, would be to set up the possibility of farming trees. So if you're not aware, trees have to... You have to essentially plant trees when it's too cold for them to grow, but not so cold that they die. And then for it to warm up, for them to possibly take root. And the only time that that reliably happens is late winter, early spring. Reliably. You know, obviously it could happen at any point. You could have a random cold snap in the middle of fall where it's cold for 3 days and then warm, and your fruit trees could vernalize, whatever the proper term is. I think, given that it's December 3rd, it's probably a little early for that. That would be like a February task, perhaps. Maybe March. April at the latest. Depends on local temperatures. Also depends on the types of trees you're trying to plant, of course, because not all trees are deciduous or seasonal. Some trees, like mango, for instance, I don't believe vernalize in the same fashion. All right, we're getting pretty close to where the salt was. There is, of course, yeah, that trick with greenhouses where you plant them, the tree stems, wait 3 days, and then build a greenhouse around it to warm it up. It really only works if the greenhouse is going to raise the ambient temperature the right amount to start vernalization process, but it's entirely possible that that could be used to encourage tree growth. Oh, I think this is a new ruin. Claystone and horsetail poultices from linen. Well, I don't really need chunks of claystone. Insulating block face, what? Oh, I think it was a micro block. So yeah, this is one of the newer ruins, which, as you can see, don't use full voxels necessarily. In fact, there's another one right here. This looks like some sort of chimney. Out of curiosity, I just want to dig. Nope. There's probably treasure somewhere around here. Oh, and then this is a really good example of multiple materials in one voxel, right? So we have a layer of soil here, and then stone there. So this is all part of the new ruin generation, which is pretty neat, using micro blocks and the like. Finding a lot of wild flax on my way over is nice as well. And these ruins obviously can be much, much, much larger. They can form significant structures. There's more Thule. I really like the addition of Thule. It kind of breaks up the way Map Train generated prior. Prior, it was just like a whole bunch of cattails, and there was not a lot of variety. And I hope they continue to add to it. So it's not just Thule and cattail, but even wider variety of shoreline plants. I know I'm not running in the right direction. I just wanted to check for any additional shells to save future me some time. To no avail. Not too many shells here. I do have some prospecting that I did here. Oh yeah, I see, because of the quartz. And likely what that meant, depending on it, well, actually it's entirely possible that I didn't actually excavate more than 10 tiles there. Meaning that whatever prospecting density that I actually found might have changed. But I'm going after the salt. I should be getting pretty close. Yeah, pretty close now. Can the player make mixed blocks? My understanding is yes. I believe the player can make mixed blocks now. I haven't tried it myself. I don't typically play a lot of... I don't do a lot of, like, aesthetic tasks. I don't make things look pretty. And it's possible that you all will vote for me to work on more aesthetics at some point. But so far, it's just been chasing down the various game mechanics that you guys want to see. Like curing, salting, browning, or baking, or whatever else. Am I going to reprospect the area? My plan is to just search for the salt dome that I think exists there. Oh. Neat. There's lead ore here. Meaning that there's lead pretty close underground here. Even more lead. So yeah, there's a pretty decent lead vein. Somewhere underground here. You want to chase that down at some point? What? I am staying on task. Surprisingly, right? Okay, I think I found the entrance because I marked it pretty well. I'm wearing my armor. So one thing I want to do right now is to reprospect, just to make sure that this is still like a Halite hot zone. For confirmation. Oh yeah, it's still a Halite hot zone. And because the base that we have is mostly made of granite, and given the density of the salt that we've got... Oh, hello. I think searching for the salt dome in the granite layer comes with the benefit of getting a lot of granite chunks for future building projects. So this is right around where I thought it was hottest. This was sort of the hot spot. So what I'll do is I'll mine out and then do shorter horizontal columns. So salt domes that I found in my playtest world are like pretty wide and therefore pretty easy to hit doing like horizontal stuff. It's also possible that I could do chunk searches for Sylvite because Halite can be a host to Sylvite and Sylvite will show up on the chunk search picks. And I think maybe like every few tiles like this, I can just go horizontal and look around for this salt dome. I hope I'm not wrong. But at the very least, I will yield a whole bunch of building materials. And I can also try this at a higher depth as well. You think I'll find it next prospecting pick check? I can also do a density search here for Halite. Let's do that. Just make sure that I'm in the sort of the right area. Yeah, 22%. Halite spawning can be wonky, yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a combination of different elevation, like horizontal excavations. Even going like a little sideways like this, just to check as much you know, to maximize the surface area that we search. Of course, I'm not picking up this granite. And then I can also try it from higher elevations as well. So continue to just poke around a bit. Because I think I'm pretty much in the center of the hotspot, which to me makes me think that if I was to find a salt dome, it'd be somewhere around here, pretty close by. So I'll do another density search to make sure that I'm within a hotspot here. Azure Storm, thank you for the bits. Yep, 24. So, yep, plenty hot still here as well. I can also try a chunk search to make sure if there's any, Oh, there's native copper nearby. I wonder where that is. Oh, here it is. Poor quality, so not something I'm interested in exploiting. Large amounts of poor native copper. Come on, Salt Dome, where are you? And I'll only be able to be down here for shorter periods of time just because of this sanity meter. So I'll have to resurface periodically. So I'll try slightly higher up. I'll dig a little bit of a staircase upwards. So in my playtest realm, I found 3 different salt domes and sort of studied their dimensions and how they spawned in terrain. Which isn't to say that I'm dealing with a salt dome here, but in all 3 of the salt dome tests that I found at my playtest realm, whoops, they had parts per thousand about the same as where I'm at now, and they spawned through sedimentary and igneous layers. That they were vertical, in other words. Are you too lazy to attack me? All right. Works for me. All right, let's try here. How large are they in diameter? Like 8 to 16 wide or something like that. They're huge. They're really huge. Which is why they're not so hard to find, says the one who's having a hard time finding them, I realize. I'll do a density search here too. Halite's still pretty high. Let's try the other direction. I'm also trying to figure out how can I make more space for the granite rocks, because they are building materials. I could also turn the granite rocks into slabs by going up to the surface and shoveling some dirt, which will essentially compress the rocks. Well, I need clay, actually. A little bit higher up. You know, I didn't... So this is conglomerate. This is where the conglomerate and granite meet. Yeah. A lot of the digging is like luck. Like, are you in the right area? You can... Huge amounts of native quartz. You can happen upon it randomly. You can avoid it perfectly. It's one of those situations where it's often left to chance. It also could be that I'm not going horizontally out far enough. That I'm sticking around more or less the stairwell that I dug. I'll have to resurface here in a minute. It's also somewhat hard to visualize, like, where I've been while underground. Right, so I'm going to do a little resurfacing, and maybe I'll look for clay in order to make some granite slabs. Oh, this isn't the way out. Yay, my character's going insane underground. That's not the way out either. Nope. Huh. Did it fork down here? Oh. Nope. I can always dig a new path. Yeah, this is where the copper was. I could dug out the stairs. That seems like me. Yep, I dug out the stairs. Time to get some sanity back, or I'm going to start seeing weird stuff. Stars! Alright, where is it? Sanity stable up here. That's another thing I could mark down on the map. So my wheel is still spinning in the wrong direction, because this is just an unstable area. Oh, little chickadees. Alright, seems pretty sanity stable here. Curious if I could get lucky to just happen upon some clay in order to compress the blocks that I've got. Blue clay is not so rare. I should be able to just find some. Mark it down for later. Here we go. Fire clay. Let's do it backwards. Oh, I say that and I literally do it backwards again. Okay. It'll be like that, huh? This fire clay patch is not a particularly stable spot, As you can see, the wheel's not moving, so I need to get back to where I had marked down that is sanity stable so that I can start actually recovering, so I can go back down underground. Yeah, it's a pretty good way to compress granite, save space, especially if you do the full block cobblestone. I can start to do full block cobblestones as well, which compress a lot better. But I mostly use slabs, so that's why I wanted more slabs. But if we were ever to... I'm just completely proposing a project, not to say that that's what I'm going to do necessarily. But if I was ever to for instance, like enclose the... Or do something rather with the windmill, you know, having a bunch of extra building materials really makes that a lot easier. I had these. So I'll end up getting a full stack of fireclay so I can compress some more. Tavasker, thank you for the resub. And Radlocker as well. Oh, I already have a stack. Okay. Stop doing that. I'm also going to throw away the one bony soil. Not worth holding on to a single stack, I don't think. I mean, it could have something invaluable, like a temporal gear or whatever, but more than likely it will be either empty or have like a nugget of copper or something not worth holding on to. Well, this is my lovely meditation spot. I could repair my minstrel gloves, maybe. How much? Yeah, I could, technically. Maybe they don't repair with the... Oh, no, they do. There we go. Slightly more warmth out of them. Another 0.5 Celsius. It's not as good as the benefits that like a fur coat is going to support. So, in terms of what it can make with leather, here is all the things that could be made with leather. And we can mouse over them to figure out what is the most insulating to come up with a plan if we're to make winter clothing. So blacksmith apron is, because my character isn't a tailor, would be one of the warmer things. High leather boots, leather gloves, and then in terms of pelts, here's what you can make with pelts. So fur coat, which is +3 Celsius. Knee-high fur boots, which is +2. So currently I'm wearing wool-lined knee-high boots, which is +1.5. So close, but not all the way there. Fur gloves, which is another 1.5 Celsius. That's 3 times better than what the minstrel gloves give. Yeah. And so between the fur coat, the knee-high boots, the fur gloves, that covers a lot. There's also we can do linen stuff into plain cloth. So a bolt of a thing of linen plus a stick is plain cloth, and plain cloth can be made into warm things too. Homespun shirts, pants. Pastoral stuff, I believe, is clothier trait only. So some of this is clothier trait only, some of it isn't. So the homespun shirt is not going to be any better than my commoner shirt. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that we could do to warm up. Besides, you know, like setting fires and the like. So just waiting for the sanity to refill in the dark. It's 3 in the morning. It should be daylight in a few hours. You wish there was a way to filter for class? Yeah, it'd be nice. There is on the wiki, but just not in-game. Holy hell, that's hot. Oh, ow. It's funny to see my hunger rate jump another 20 points just by switching hands. Left versus right. Clearly these serifs are righties. Put anything in the left hand, they get more hungry. But yeah, for reference, I'm just a commoner, so there's no positive or negative traits. Very standard. I am at 76% sanity. I'll just wait until this fills back up. Question for you guys, I suppose. When... There we go. When I go back into the mines, should I search granite level or claystone level? It's essentially how deep should I continue the search for salt or salt dome. And we're up to 84%. It's going quick enough. Can't believe I managed to forage up 26 wild flax seeds on my way over here. I would have returned home with what I currently have. The thing is, like, you recover sanity in stable points pretty quickly. Like, I'm already 5% higher than when I started this poll like a few seconds ago. So it's not too hard to restore sanity if you're just a little patient. Almost at 100% now. Alright, looks like you guys want me to search the claystone level. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch, January 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that I've asked for no backseating, so if you could respect that, that would be great. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.